Hello students, I am Professor Nikhil Kunjir. Welcome to our channel. Today we'll see the practical number 3 for the subject Electrical Substation and Practices. So title is Draw Layout and Prepare Report of 11 kV Plinth Mounted Substation Earthing. So we'll see in detail. So this is our 11 kV Plinth Mounted Substation. So first figure indicates the layout of Plinth Mounted Substation and second figure shows the single line diagram of Plinth Mounted Substations. So in this figure you will see first is AB switch. 11 kV supply is connected to the HV winding through this AB switch, lightning arrestor, that is then horn gap or DO switch. It is directly connected to the HT terminal or HV terminal of this substations. HV terminal of this transformer. This transformer is mounted on the plinth which is prepared with the help of cement concrete. So this is our 630 kVA transformer. Its input or HV voltage is 11 kV and secondary, that is LV voltage, is 430 or 440 volt. This is our plinth mounted substation. So we'll see in detail. So this is our simple layout of plinth mounted substation. This transformer is placed on the plinth which is made up of your cement concrete. As we can see, the transformer is in case of pole mounted substation, this transformer is mounted on the pole, that is H pole substation, H pole structure. But in this case your transformer is heavy, so that's why you have to mount that transformer on the cement concrete structure. So in this arrangement, the foundation is prepared and the transformer is installed on the foundation. This is used for very high or heavy transformer. It can be rated up to 200 kVA to 1000 kVA. Then the fencing is provided around the transformer to protect it from animal and unauthorized access. So next point is the foundation serves two basic purposes. The main purpose is to provide the base to the transformer, and second important thing is that that absorbs the vibration while operation, if any, in the transformer during the operation. If vibration takes place in a transformer, that foundation will absorb this vibration. So these are the two advantages of your plinth mounted substations. Then depending upon the distribution system available in a particular area, the provision for the entry or supply cable or connection with overhead system at the distribution transformer primary and the exit from the secondary side, that is LV side, with the underground arrangement for laying the LT cable or line up to the consumer premises is made accordingly, depending on the requirement. Whether it is required underground or whether it is required overhead, depending on the requirement, either it can use LT cable or LT lines, which uses distributor. Then next point is equipments in a plinth mounted substation. So in case of plinth mounted substation, so these are the equipments which are used in a plinth mounted substation. First is pin type insulator, AB switch, that is air brake switch, then lightning arrestor, then circuit breaker, distribution transformer, earthing, DO fuse, that is HG, that is horn gap fuse, stay wire in order to provide support, HP cable, LV cable as per requirement. Then first is pin type insulator. That insulator will isolate the physical support with your conductor. That means your pole or supporting structure will be isolated from the conductor. Then lightning arrestor. With the help of lightning arrestor, you can protect the transformer or plinth mounted substation from the lightning stroke or lightning over voltage. The rating of this lightning arrestor which is used in a plinth mounted substation is 11 by root 3 kV and current rating is 5 kilaampere. Then next equipment is air brake switch. So with the help of air brake switch, it is a simple disconnector switch which provides crucial point of isolation. It will provide the isolation. So rating of this air brake switch in case of plinth mounted substation is 11 kV and current rating is 400 ampere. Then next important equipment is distribution transformer. So in case of distribution transformer, in case of your plinth mounted substation, it can be rated up to 200 kVA to 1000 kVA. So it is a heavier transformer. It works similarly. Incoming, that is HV winding voltage is 11 kV and LV voltage is 400 or 440 volt. It will step down the voltage up to 400 volt, and which is step down voltage is supplied to the consumer. Then next is dropout fuse, or which is also called as horn gap. So it is a combination of fuse as well as switch. So these units are used mainly primary on a overhead feeder line and designed to protect the distribution transformer. If current spikes or surges occurs, it will open. These two contacts will get open and this arc will split it, as it is horn gap. The rating of dropout fuse in case of plinth mounted substation is 11 kV and current rating is 200 ampere. So these are the primary requirements of good earthing system in case of substation. So it is stabilize the circuit potential with respect to the ground and limit the overall potential rise. Then second point is it protects the life and property from the overvoltage. Then second, it provides the low impedance path for the fault current. Then fourth is it keeps the maximum voltage gradient along the surface inside and around the substation within the safe limit during the fault occurrence. So these are the some primary requirements of good earthing system. Then what is earthing? So the process of connecting the metallic frame, that is non-current carrying part of an electrical equipment or some electrical part of the system, that is neutral point of the star connected system or one conductor of the secondary of a transformer or neutral point of the generator to the earth or soil. It is called as grounding or earthing. Then next, the type of earthing which can be used for a plinth mounted substation. It can be it can be pipe earthing or plate earthing. We can also use the pipe earthing in case of plinth mounted substation, or we can use plate earthing in case of this plinth mounted substation. So in this type of earthing, the plate, either copper or GI, that is galvanized iron, is buried into the ground at depth not less than 3 meters from the ground level. The earth plate is embedded in an alternative layer of coal and salt for minimum thickness about 15 centimeter. Then the next point is the earth wire, that is copper wire for copper plate earthing and GI wire for GI plate earthing, is securely bolted to an earth plate with the help of bolt and nut and washer, which is made up of copper in case of copper plate earthing, and it is made up of GI pins in case of GI plate earthing. Next point is, in this type of earthing, the pipe earthing along with additional earth plate is provided at the bottom of the earth rod. That means it is the extension of our pipe earthing. If earth plate is made up of iron, then size of earth plate is about 60 into 60 into 6.3 mm. If it is made up of copper, size of earth plate should be 60 cm into 60 cm into 3.15 mm. The plate is placed at the depth of 3 meter and then alternative layer of the charcoal and salt is put below and the top of the earth plate. So we have to design this plate earthing. So we have to consider these parameters. Then next, conclusion. Hence, in this way we have drawn the layout and prepared a report of 11 kV plinth mounted substation earthing. So if you like the video, hit the like button and share this video to the maximum students and subscribe the channel. Thank you.